And welcome back to another episode of the Power Podcast. Yeah, I've been away for quite some time. There's varying reasons why I haven't been around the past few months, putting out my weekly, and mostly I've been doing the wrestling up reviews and updates and whatnot. And I had planned on getting into the sports and TV and movies, and that's where this kind of starts today, where I kind of change it up a little bit. I'm kind of at least going to post once a week, and it could be one long, huge post about different things, or it's going to be, um, you know, if I have time, maybe I'll do individual ones during the week. But I'm going to try to cover as much as I can what's going on in the world, what's going on in the world of entertainment, what's going on in the world of wrestling, whatever it may be. So I might as well just tell you, the past few months have been not the greatest, but can't complain. Life is life. You just got to deal with the punches as they come. The main thing is I just had some health issues, and they were some major, some not so major, but as I say, it's life. You got to get through it. You just got to soldier on. There's not much you can do. There are some things that are within your control and some that are not. And yeah, these things weren't going very well for me. So it kind of put you in a spot where I just was more focusing on getting better. And then when I started to get better, another thing would pop up. And then to top it all off, on top of some of these health things, my computer gave me the blue screen of death. And it was kind of a blessing that that happened, the computer going down, because I wasn't happy with this computer. I bought it 3 years ago. It was one of these HP all-in-one deals, and it was okay at first. And I do like I use Adobe After Effects. I use the Adobe the Creative Cloud, and I needed something with at least 6 gigabytes of RAM to run most of these programs. Well, I'm not the most computer savvy when it comes to what you need to have to run these programs. But anyhow, this HP all-in-one, it was HP 19. It's a piece of crap. Don't stay away from their all-in-ones. You can even go online to check the reviews on all their current ones. They're just not good. They're just no good at all. But anyhow, after about 3 or 4 months, when I after bought this damn computer, it started to crap out. It just was slow, and I couldn't take it back. They wouldn't take it back. I'd been past, I think it was 30 or 60 days for electronics. And it was Walmart. Yeah, sadly, I bought something at Walmart. But anyhow, I made it work. So I did I was doing my podcast. I was doing a little bit of some filming, but it became tedious. Like I really lost passion to do it, because to put out a 15, 20 minute thing I'm doing right now would take almost 2 hours. It was just ridiculous. You got to load it, upload. See, I record on my camera, and then I upload it to my computer. Then I edit everything, and then put the music and all that jazz in, save it, then re-upload it to YouTube and SoundCloud. And for that to take 2 hours, well, here's how my day starts. So let me just take you through a day of myself. My day usually starts at 6:30 in the morning. I get up in the morning. Little guy gets up about 7, so then I, get him breakfast, get him fed, get him dressed, get him ready for school. I head out to work at 8:20. I get to work by just before 9. Leave work at 5:30. Time I get home at 6, if not a little later, depending on traffic. Time we eat supper and clean up and everything, it's about 7 o'clock. Little guy has to have his shower, bath. Time he gets all ready for bed at 7:30. So we read, or we play games, or we do something. And 8 o'clock he goes to bed. Time he goes to bed is 8:30, quarter to 9. That he actually goes to sleep. And so that gets me about we'll say about 8:30, quarter to 9 to about maybe 11 if I'm lucky, because, well, I get up at 6:30. So usually I want to be in bed by 10:30, 11, no later, so I get my 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, then repeat. So if I only have that 2 hour, 2.5 hour window to do one of these every other night, you can see where, I don't have time for anything else for myself. And I'm not a professional YouTuber, so it kind of didn't make sense for me to be. And so I was getting frustrated, and I was trying to get these out quicker, and, just needed a computer, and that my computer was just crap, so I was getting frustrated putting these out. So I went out a couple weeks ago with my wife, and I said I need a new computer. I just got to be done. I need to get a computer. I've got all this footage from my web series I need to, you know, work on, and I'm trying to get a trailer put together for that. Just all these other things going on. I'm like, I need a new computer. So we went to Best Buy, which, hey, I'm very happy with these guys. I'm not sponsored by them by Best Buy, but I can only speak volumes of the work and everything they did for me. So I went in there, told them what I'm doing. Here's what, you know, I need this, and this. I did all my research. I spent over a month researching everything I needed. And they put together a nice computer for me. Like they took, you know, I bought a specific computer and I made upgrades to it. I spent a spent a mini fortune on the damn thing. But all in all, I'm very happy with it. So now I have a new computer. Extremely happy. I'm really happy with the big ass monitor I went and bought to go with it. So it was really fantastic. So, and now at home, I've turned our spare bedroom into my office slash man cave. So I'm going to be able to do these more often. And I'm happy about that because I did miss doing it. I think about it and I see something happening on TV and movies or whatnot, and I miss out on it. So it was frustrating there for a while. So it's been about 3 or 4 months. So I'm back, and I'm going to get these out weekly. I know I posted on Twitter last week. I was going to have one out last week, but I was working on my man cave. I wanted to get it kind of ready before. I don't want to be in a room that's kind of half messy and then trying to work around it. So no, the room is about 90% done. I've got a few more things to hang up, and we're good to go. So I'm just happy. I'm just happy I got a little studio in the house now. So here we go. Let's start off with the week. Let's go back to today is the 27th. Go back to the February 20th WWE Raw. Do they still call it Raw's War? I don't think so. I'm so old. That's what I call it, Raw's War. But anyhow, WWE Raw. Being that there's a pay-per-view coming up on March 5th, Fastlane, there wasn't much of a build-up. And I know they got tonight, which is the 27th. They have tonight to kind of get everything ready for the week. Just I found that Raw was very lacking. The Kevin Owens monologue at the beginning, Jesus, I thought William Shatner was going to jump out and start singing that Ground Control to Major Tom. I just felt so drawn out and it was boring. I am thankful I don't start watching Raw till it's about 45 minutes in because I record it. So when I start watching, I fast forward to talking, especially if I don't find it interesting. And for Kevin Owens, that was boring. I know they're going for this authoritative character. They want to go with him being Triple H's guy now, but I found it extremely boring. It was just boring. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't like it. The matches weren't bad. Actually, they weren't that great. I shouldn't say they weren't bad. I enjoyed the Sheamus and Cesaro versus Enzo and Cass match. That was decent. But yeah, then we think we had a Charlotte and Sasha Banks match. I'm like, we didn't need that again. New Day, boring the living dickens out of me. I'm like, how did these guys go from being your tag team champions for the longest amount of time to getting put into a boring thing with who the hell was it again? Rusev and Jinder Mahal. It's just boring. Like these guys, and when they come out and they spend 5 or 6 minutes talking, I don't want to hear the talking. I want wrestling. I want to see matches. You have a 3-hour show and you spend about an hour of it talking. There's just no reason for that. I don't understand what is going on. Anyhow, and then what really pissed me off about this Raw was they've got this the Club, Anderson and Gallows, which I'm a big fan of theirs. I'm sporting their shirt right now, the Club for life. But this thing with Roman Reigns is making them look weak. These guys they're tag champions, but so what? Roman Reigns could go in the ring and beat these guys and become the tag team champion by himself. This is crazy. They're making those guys look weak. There's so many other people you can put out there with him. You're building him up to Braun Strowman. You're trying to make him look strong. But why use your tag team champions to make him look strong? And I'm sorry, Roman Reigns isn't just not over anymore. I don't know if he's ever been over, but Yeah, there's kids wearing his shirt and the girls, women wear his shirts, but I don't see a lot of dudes supporting Roman Reigns. He's just not over with the fans. I'm sorry. Vince, make the guy a heel already. You know, you can turn somebody else. You got Jericho coming back, obviously, as a face. And that's another thing. Jericho's not going to be around past WrestleMania. I heard that he's going to be going on tour Fozzy after WrestleMania. So, does that already tell me that he's going to lose at WrestleMania probably to Kevin Owens or something? I don't. Or if Kevin Owens is even still champion at the time. Who knows? The Big Show and Braun Strowman match, extremely lackluster. And everybody's like, oh, did you see the kip up that Braun Strowman did? Now, yes, granted that was impressive, but if you watch the video, Big Show has both his hands on Braun's left arm. So when Braun is doing the kip up, it's like three quarters assisted by Big Show. So not overly impressive. Now, I'm a big guy. But I'm 45, so I wouldn't try doing kip ups anymore. But I was 30, and I was about 275 pounds. I could do kip ups on my own. So Braun is a little bit bigger than that, but I'm just saying, he was assisted. It was no different when Big Show did it and used the ropes to get up. And everybody's like, oh, the guy's impressive. Big guy can do that, but he needed help up. So other than that, the match was boring. I'm sorry, Big Show and Mark Henry are not. They're past their prime. They shouldn't be wrestling anymore. They could be agents or putting people over, but I don't think they need a 15, 20-minute match going on a mainstream show. It just doesn't make any sense. As I mentioned before, yeah, I like the Cesaro Sheamus versus Enzo and Big Cass for the number one contendership for the tag team titles. So you're going to see Enzo and Big Cass versus the Club at Fastlane. So that's going to be good. Yeah, over that. And I gotta say too, Mick Foley and Stephanie have no chemistry. Just keep those two apart. It's just not working. Mick Foley is very animated when he talks, and when he was passionate during the Attitude Era was a different thing. Him trying to be passionate now is almost silly. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not enjoying him. Some of his funny things are funny, like forgetting what city he's in and he has to write out his hand now. Yeah, that's kind of funny, but at the same time. Come on, let's do something different, guys. Overall, the Raw from February 20th, I give it a 5 out of 10, and that's being kind. They really need to pick up their product. It's just not working for me. So that's just my personal opinion. I saw some people said, oh, Raw was way better than SmackDown. Nah, that's a personal opinion. But overall, I tend to watch SmackDown from beginning to end. There is talking, but there isn't 20 minutes at the very beginning of the show. And like I said, you got a 3-hour show and you're putting me to sleep in the first 20 minutes. Just not working. You guys got to do something different. Yeah, so basically after that Raw snooze fest, I felt SmackDown was a relief. I thought it was much better and it was way faster paced. And the matches were just, even though some of the matches didn't have big names in it, I found it much better than Raw's show. I didn't realize that Naomi, the women's champion on SmackDown, had actually got injured in her match the week before with Alexa Bliss, and didn't realize she was injured. So she had to relinquish the belt at the beginning of the show because she obviously suffered a leg injury. And then so Daniel Bryan basically had a match between Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch, and Alexa Bliss gets her belt back. So it was kind of like sadly with Naomi being injured, they had to go back to that. The American Alpha versus Breezango, is that what they're called? Breezango? Tyler Breeze and Fandango. I don't know. It was okay. It was an okay match. But what was awkward was the damn Uso promo at the end of it, where they came out of the crowd and were talking, and I'm like, the one guy seemed like mean and aggressive. The other guy seemed like he had a high pitch octane voice. I was like, what the hell? This is just hilarious. What is going on? Natalia versus Nikki Bella. It was a good match. I like how they incorporated Maurice into the match with them going backstage and Maurice getting bumped and then Maurice coming out and hitting Nikki Bella with the pipe. But it was kind of awkward because she missed a couple. But I'm like, whatever. She's not a professional wrestler that I know of, so she did pretty darn good. But it also sets up what I think is going to be a John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Maurice and The Miz, and I'll get into that after. AJ, where they were showing everybody getting hyped up for this number one contenders match. for the end of the show. I really enjoyed AJ Styles in the back. He was just all hype and he's like kind of doing a little skippity doo dah and all happy. He kills me when he's doing his promos. And what's really funny about AJ Styles is he's so over with the fans they won't boo him. They won't boo him. They cheer for him all the time. Even when he cheats, they're like, yeah. I saw him in Abbotsford live show. Him, Dean Ambrose, and The Miz, and he was the first one out, and the crowd went nuts. And I got to give a point out to AJ Styles. My son had a sign up in the crowd, and we're the only ones in the area that had a sign at all. And when he came over and looked at it, he pointed to my son, and I thought that was so cool. My son still talks about it. It's been a month. And luckily somebody on the other side of the ring was filming AJ Styles. And you can actually see AJ point to, you see my son in the audience and the guy and AJ pointing at him. So that was so cool. So I took a screenshot of it, saved it. My son thinks, oh, that's just the cat's meow. That was so much fun. The Battle Royal for the #1 contendership to fight Bray Wyatt it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. A lot of people hated it. I thought they said it was no good. Yeah, I thought it was overall a good match. And at the very end, it came down to AJ and Luke Harper, and they both went out of the ring. It looked like they kind of maybe botched a spot, but anyway, you can tell the camera cut away quick, but AJ did hit the ground first. As much as an AJ fan, dude, he lost the match because Luke came down in second. But they made it out that, they both hit at the same time. Nobody could tell what happened. And so we'll know this week what they're going to do, who's going to be the #1 contender. So obviously going to be an AJ versus Luke Harper match. And I'm sorry, I don't think Luke Harper versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania is going to be that great of a match. I would rather see AJ Styles, who would put on a hell of a good show with anybody he faces in the ring. Now, and then during that match, that's where The Miz was eliminated, but he came back in and eliminated John Cena, which kind of doesn't make sense. But so I think that's where it's going to build up to this Miz versus John Cena, Nikki Bella. So you're going to see that probably at WrestleMania. I'm just guessing. That's just my opinion. Overall, better show than Raw. And I give it about a 6.5 out of 10. Wasn't that much better, but it was more entertaining, I found. They only have 2 hours, so with commercials they only get about 1 hour and 40 minutes, and just they packed in way more wrestling than Raw did over a 3-hour period, which is ridiculous, just unheard of. Anyhow, I'm hoping this week's going to be better. We'll see what happens tonight. What else is happening in news? I saw, I've been catching up on The Flash. And I got to the Gorilla Grodd where they went to his city, Gorilla City, to get the Harrison Wells from Gorilla Grodd. And not bad. I'm going to see what happens this week. I do find that this season is a little slower than season 1 and 2. Just not fast paced. And there was a few. I actually felt there was quite a few filler episodes this season. Granted, I do enjoy the Harrison Wells, the Tom Cavanaugh. What a great guy. We saw him at Fan Expo in November. My son got his autograph. He was just in cloud nine. We were hoping to see more Reverse Flash. We're hoping to see Reverse Flash this season, but it doesn't look like it's going that way. Other than that, not a bad season so far. See what happens this week. I give that episode probably about a 6 out of 10. They're building up to something I'm hoping going to be really good. Then I just want to say we went to the Hard Rock Casino in Coquitlam to the Molson Theater, and we went to see Who's Live Anyways. And if you're not familiar with that, if you remember the TV show Whose Line Is It Anyways, this one, it's the live version. It has Ryan Stiles, Greg Proops, Jeff Davis, and oh my goodness, what's the other gentleman's name? Anyhow, they put on the show, and it was an hour and a half. Just a fantastic show. I don't think I've seen my wife laugh that hard in I don't know how long. But overall, great show. If you get a chance to see it, go see it. It's worth every penny to go see it. These guys are vastly entertaining. And yeah, so with that, I'm back. I'm almost at the 20-minute mark. I'm trying to beat my countdown. I got 20 seconds here. I just want to say thanks if you're tuning in, and I haven't been around in a while. Joel Murray. Joel Murray is the other guy in Whose Line Is Anyway. Anyways, Subscribe, share, like, and we'll talk to you guys again next week. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Until next time.